Okay. A bunch of gods were talking candidly, and somebody chimed in and said, you should post that. And the gods agreed, maybe, yeah. So, like, I'm going to go ahead and make a video. If anything has ever gone against me or mistreated me, they're not good Green Lantern power. They're nightmare, negative, horrifying power. So watch out and only choose what is good through my queen, my queen, my queen. Now, in case you worshipped or loved a god that was good but turned bad. Oh, wait, I see why they say we should post this. Okay, let me backtrack. Okay. When you guys were first trying to be husbands as children, I told you guys to religiously say, I only want the gods of greatness, of goodness. And then when you guys were in your teenage years, I made sure you guys said, I only want the gods of greatness and goodness. That way, if you actually love or worship a god who's being fake as fuck and can fool you, like an evil god enemy, you wouldn't get connected to bad power that could kill or hurt you. You'd end up being able to still live. But it also is multi-purpose right now. Sorry, I gotta scratch my nose. The United States can't abuse the death of God or not. And you're like, wow, you're making my butthole swell open with a tracker, but you still have to make my nose itch because you're all that disgusting. Well, hey, if you want to die that much over an itchy nose, way to go, disgusting fucking country. Okay. I know, die that much over a penny, die that much over anything, just goddamn die, though. They're making my butthole area swell up grotesquely, overloadedly, like they do all the time. And all I'm doing is killing evil god enemies. For every fucking second I have to go through it. And I'm just going to shove it up their death and never give a shit what unsurvivable suffering they go through every fucking time they do anything. So it's like, hey, go into the tracker and do whatever you can think of. You'll never live anyway, but you can always make death worse and more impossible and farther than anybody's ever gone through. But anyway, so I taught these little husbands to always religiously here and there say, I only want gods of goodness, the greatness of the greatest gods of goodness, which means perfectly you'll never accidentally choose an evil god enemy. You'll never accidentally choose a mediocre, stupid god. And you'll never accidentally choose some good god turned bad with sickos or something. Or good god turned bad with demons or devils that are better. So, what you do, and it's a good thing that this person told the gods to post about this situation or this topic, because yeah, duh. Well, I mean, I've told the husbands to do it spiritually all along, but a little reiterating just to feel smart or empowered or safe is smart. So I taught them at 2, I taught them in their teenage years, and I taught them in their beginning adult years. After that, I thought it was kind of insulting to keep reminding them past their 20s how to be a man. And all I taught them to do is the same damn thing every time. I just want the greatest of the greatness of the greatest of the greatness of the greatest of the greatness of pure, perfect gods of good. And that will make sure that no shady, sickening, or disgusting god ends up inside of your bionics, your soul, destroying and creating destruction that would make it easy for the United States to hurt or destroy you, or make it easy for evil god enemies to hurt or destroy anything. Therefore, keeping the power overload in a perfect number one or giant good type positive. So that would keep your powers as positive as possible. But once again, you're only as positive as the overall percentage of everyone, in case you still want to check up on that. But that way you never have any negative or really scary bad side to the powers and realities, because you wouldn't want that. And then, like I said, I'll say one more time, you will only have the greatest power, invincible beyond all things, if you're connected to me. But you'd have to be mine, all mine, all mine, all mine. So where does God max out? What is the greatest God in existence? They're at about 28 too, so they're about 12,000 morals. So their morals are up at about 12,000. The greatest gods you will ever be able to connect to are at about 12,000. Now, there are some gods called perfect and literals that I created. They hit up into like the 22,000. So 12 maxes out the gods, 22 maxes out the perfect literals I created. And it's not just the perfect literals, but pretty much everything I created to watch over the gods. And then I max out at a number nobody could ever comprehend. Because I take care of all of them and I'm their mother. And because I was in a sacrificial, therefore dying all the time, therefore recreated or rebuilt myself. Like, I just maxed out all the maximum things I could be because I was going through shit anyway. So my morals are like out in the sickening ozone and beyond. But there you go. I mean, that's still a lot of morals. Because a human has like, at about 70, a human isn't that bad morals. At 80, of course, the human's pretty great morals. 90 and 100, holy moly, the morals of that human. So when you get to 1,000, 2,000, that's pretty damn good morals. But if you're a husband fighting against everything, it depends on what you're fighting, how far you want to go, which things you want to fight. So, I don't know. But as a husband, you should probably just check every which way, find out every which things, and figure it out for yourselves as husbands. Because, like, you guys could be or not be anything. So you could sit and find it all out and figure it out for yourselves. Now, as you guys are figuring it all out for yourselves, one last time, because I feel like you have to even lecture adults at this point. Life is so gross. And that's because I watch really gross choices in people all the time, no matter what their ages are. Once again, you need my queen, my queen, my queen. I want to be connected to the perfect number one giant gods of only pure goodness. My queen, my queen, my queen. I want to be connected to the perfect number one giants, the gods of pure goodness that are number one perfect giants. Then you'll never accidentally get connected to something gross or much less bad.